Yes.
中美国西雅图雷上寺同修多闻天王黄财神本尊法，恭迎真佛宗创办人无上法王根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛师父莲香上师仁波切及上师团众人虔诚合掌，唱诵莲花童子心咒。一起问候师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽。平等仪起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
We sincerely invite our Guru, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to ascend the Dharma throne. We invite Master, Mrs. Wu. This is the Rinpoche, our master, and please be seated. And assistant Dharma instructor and all reference, please be seated. Everybody, please be seated. According to our tradition, we invite the first-time comer. If you haven't been here for a long time, or if you a first-time comer, please stand up, introduce yourself. Singapore.
Hello. We're doing the translation tonight.
Coming from Hong Kong. Also coming from Hong Kong, Lian-Sheng. From Singapore. They also come from Singapore. Nifa Yiming from Singapore. Nifa Yen from Singapore. This is Montreal. Nifa Yifei from mainland China, Guangzhou. From London, England, but this is the first time visit. England. Good evening. My family from Singapore, and everybody is from Singapore here. We have a lot of figure for disciple tonight. Lian from England, London. Good evening. Lian-Sheng from Hong Kong. Anybody? We welcome everybody and everybody and the master and friends, everybody to attend this group graduation. Tonight we practice the Jambhala practice, beginning the practice by clapping twice and snap your fingers. Recite Lamdre, Buddha, Namo Buddha, Namo Homa, Makura, and Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Recite Grandmaster, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, and all Buddhas and Buddha Savashai. Night to bless the practice. Recite Guru Mantra 7 times. Recite the purification and earthly mantras. Recite the invocation mantra 3 times. We easily invoked Namo the Holy Rekhan Raja Master, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo the Holy Rekhan Raja Master, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo the Holy Rekhan Raja Master, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo Rakana Buddha at the center of the principal teaching of the Yellow Jambhala. Yes. The principal Yellow Jambhala. Yellow Jambhala. Namo the Holy Namo Rakana Buddha at the center. Namo Akasha Buddha to the east. Namo Peter Buddha to the west. Namo Raskasara Buddha to the south. Namo Akasha Buddha to the north. Namo the fundamental teachers, Becoming Buddha, Namo Midas Buddha, Namo Buddha Mother of Primitive Born, Namo Kiskapa Buddha, Namo Pamakumara, Namo Akrasa Swara Buddha Sala, Namo Majesty Buddha Sala, Namo Machara Buddha Salama, Vajasata, Namo Guru Pamasamara, Namo Mahajanti Buddha Mata, Hadaka, Chinese, the kidneys and definities, all Buddha of the 3 times in all 10 directions, all Buddha Sala and Mahasada, Namo Mahavaja. Paramita. Quick prostration using visualization. First prostrate to the root Guru and all Buddhas. Second prostrate to all Buddha Salas. Third prostrate to all Hagas, the pennies, the kidneys, and divinities. Fourth quick Mandarin offering. You perform the offering mudra recite transformation of the offering, multiply the offering to the first row plant and then fill the whole space.
主尊黄财神，13是一切佛，
offering to the Wood Guru and principal deity Yellow Jambhala and
下施六道众生，念供养赞及供养咒，
beside offering this Lamdre for continuous and the sun and moon and transform into precious offering of the Buddha. May all this wonderful treasure, virtue and merit evacuated from our karma and allow us with relaxation. Recite offering mantras.
四归观想，观想根本上师，历代传承祖师，一切诸佛法宝生宝结合起来，成为大白光，给自己灌顶。念四归，南无普贤，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无
Recite the Victory mantra.
南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶，南无普鲁贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。做衣甲护身，手结金刚可
Offer
展手
protection
印，
from
念
Water
金
Penny
刚手菩
Ultra
萨
with
睁
Water
眼七
Penny
遍。
mantra
唵
7
波利兰
times.
这里，唵波利兰这里，唵波利兰这里，唵波利兰这里，唵波利兰这里，唵波利兰这里，唵波利兰这里。念高王观世音经，奉请八大菩萨，南无观世音菩萨摩诃萨，南无弥勒菩萨摩诃萨，南无虚空常菩萨摩诃萨，南无普贤菩萨摩诃萨，南无金刚手菩萨摩诃萨，南无妙吉祥菩萨摩诃萨，南无除盖藏菩萨摩诃萨，南无地藏王菩萨摩诃萨，南无诸尊菩萨摩诃萨，观世音菩萨，南无佛，南无法，南无僧。佛国有缘，佛法相应，常乐我净，有缘佛法。南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大神咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大明咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无上咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无等等咒，南无净光秘密佛，法藏佛，狮子吼神足幽王佛。佛告须弥灯王佛，法护佛，金刚藏狮子游记佛，宝胜佛，神通佛，药师琉璃光王佛，普光功德山王佛，善住功德宝王佛，过去七佛，未来现千佛，1500佛，15000佛，500花胜佛，100亿金刚藏佛，印光佛，六方六佛名号，东方宝光月殿月妙尊音王佛，南方树根花王佛，西方照王神通烟花王佛，北方月殿清净佛，上方无数精进保守佛，下方上济月音王佛，无量诸佛，多宝佛，释迦牟尼佛，弥勒佛，阿弥佛，弥陀佛，中央一切众生，在佛世界中者，行住于地上，即在虚空中，此由于一切众生，各令安稳休息。昼夜修持，心常求诵此经，能灭生死苦，消除诸毒害。南无大明观世音，光明观世音，高明观世音，开明观世音，药王菩萨，药上菩萨，文殊师利菩萨，普贤菩萨，虚空藏菩萨，地藏王菩萨，清凉宝山亿万菩萨，普光王如来化身菩萨，念念诵此经，七佛世尊，即说咒曰：尼婆尼婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，娑哈。尼婆尼婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，娑哈。尼婆尼婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，娑哈。尼婆尼婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，娑哈。尼婆尼婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地， 真人称地苏哈，离婆地，求呵地，陀罗尼地，离合那地，毗尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地苏哈。离婆地，求呵地，陀罗尼地，离合那地，毗尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地苏哈。十方观世音，一切诸菩萨，誓愿救众生，称名悉解脱。若有智慧者，殷勤为解说；但是有因缘，读诵口不错，诵经满千遍，念念心不绝。火焰不能伤，刀兵力摧者，贿赂生欢喜，死者变成佛。莫言此事虚，诸佛不妄说。高往观世音，能救诸苦厄。临为急难中，死者变成佛。诸佛语不虚，是故应顶礼。持诵满千遍，众罪皆消灭。后福坚信者，专攻受持经，愿以此功德普及于一切。诵满1000遍，众罪皆消灭。高往观世音经中。念7遍往生咒。
Recite the Buddha with the mantra 7 times.
多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗。 阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那。 智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。 南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶。 多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍等婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多。 迦弥利迦迦那，智多迦尼娑哈。所结莲花童子手印，
Pamakumara
观想根本上
Mudra visualize the lineage Guru, feel like blessing.
持莲花童子心咒
Recite
20
Pamakumara mantra 21 times.
Om Guru Nian Sheng Si Di Hom. 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 手结黄财神金刚印。
From yellow Jambhala Mudra, recite the emptiness, recite emptiness mantra 3 times.
Om Sabhava Sutta Sarva Dhamma Sabhava Suttoham. Om Sabhava Sutta Sarva Dhamma Sabhava Suttoham.
Visualize 3 sticks of incense on the mug of the rice, emitting thick smoke. Visualize the as moon dish halfway up among Sumeru. At the center of the moon dish, a yellow syllabus radiant yellow light. The syllabus gem is devoted to become a yellow Jambhala. Sit in half lotus position with his right foot slightly extended. His whole body is yellow, his face round. He is wearing a gold crown embellished with jewels and pieces of gem necklace. He looked upright and gondless. His right hand is holding treasure that looked like a citrus fruit, and his left hand is holding a treasure mouse. Visualize yellow Jambhala's right toe is swollen and painful. Then silently recite Om Ah Hom Soha 3 times. To invoke the 5 Dhyani Buddhas to descending from the sky. Visualize the 5 Dhyani Buddhas appearing above yellow Jambhala, radiant 5-color light to empowerment yellow Jambhala. Recite the empowerment mantra 3 times. 3 times. Due to the empowerment of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas upon yellow Jambhala, upon the pink is right to subside. Yellow Jambhala starts to smile, and the mouth of the treasure mouse opened and speaks castle treasure on the rice plant. And the rice plant become a mountain of gold. And visualize all the treasure spitting from the treasure mouth. Recite yellow Jambhala mantra, principal deity mantra 108 times, and perform visualization. Recite the yellow Jambhala mantra.
Om Jambhala Chanang Chana Ye Soha. 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 做9节佛风有3
Phổ phong hai sải cầu bị Buddha bị phi. profound visualization and oneness enter samadhi.
加持，八大本尊心咒及念佛。唵阿弥陀佛。
Inside the outline
阿弥贝弥吽。
it's the assignment of the infinite deity and incarnate Buddha Amida.
唵哲利哲利尊提娑哈。唵Jambhala查能查那耶娑哈。唵阿吽贝扎咕噜贝玛西迪吽塞。唵阿吽咕噜贝阿呵萨萨玛哈莲生西迪吽。德亚他唵贝卡兹呀贝卡兹呀玛哈贝卡兹呀拉扎萨摩嘎德嘿娑哈。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念请佛注释祈愿文。具得妙善圣尊密密祖，十方世界佛刹成处佛，大悲有情海会众菩萨，普教金刚空行千顶力，世间三毒炽盛业漫漫，身心摧折轮回苦无休。圣尊命念降生度迷情，三宝于是微光护群生，人天普田所依金刚身，受戒传法灌顶赐悉地，佛子起行注释转法轮，利乐无量无尽众生界。恭诵长寿佛心咒108遍，向师尊健康长寿。
Mantra 100 times.
持咒唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。唵阿妈罗利珠恩帝耶娑哈。 Om Amaroni Tuanti Soha. 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 Amaroni Tuanti Soha. Om 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 Amaroni Tuanti Soha.
Mirror dedication is may all hold to a Buddha ascending to the realm of the ultimate delight. We pray the fourfold generosity from above and aid in those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha may be transcendent and dead. Just like the Buddha, may we deliberate all true Buddha disciples together with all wisdom, reference, and fellow disciples presented the kingdom mirror to our lineage with Guru living Buddha in sense so that he stay healthy but to return the Dhamma wheel and in the Saha will never enter run and all those is auspicious. This is serious. We invite you with Guru to do the dedication, merit dedication. Sincere. Respect the five Buddhas in yellow Jambhala. And pray the five Buddhas to purify all the soul diseases. So, and we pray Jambhala really like to bless all the people to be have a sufficient resource, and we pray for the Jambhala to bless everybody. And to bless everybody to support the Dharma, to be prosperity, and to Jambhala to help all the practitioners in their mind, and to be germinate, and to be prosperity, and to benefit from the practice, and have benefit financially, and also in the Dharma, and to purify to be harmony in the relations. Bless to be healthy, to every the wishes be fulfilled, and to be strong in cultivation. And the fibers and Jambhala. May all have our prayer be fulfilled. May all the calamities be averted. Maybe. Recite the 100 syllables mantra 3 times.
Soto kayu me bawa, sopo kayu me bawa, anolato me bawa, shawa hasidi me borayata, shawa gama, sutame jidamo, sili ran guru hom, ha 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 ha, pankawan sawa, tathagata, pejama mi manta, pej bawa, mahasamaya, sato ahom pe, om peja sato samaya, manupanaya, peja sato tenu padicha, jito me bawa, soto kayu me bawa, sopo kayu me bawa, anolato me bawa, shawa hasidi me borayata, shawa gama, sutame jidamo, silian guru hom, ha 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 ha, pankawan sawa, tathagata, pejama mi manta, peja bawa, mahasamaya, sato ahom pe, om peja sato samaya, manupanaya, peja sato tenu padisha, jito me bawa, soto kayu me bawa, sopo kayu me bawa, anolato me bawa, shawa hasidi me borayata, shawa gama, sutame jitamo, siliran guru hom, ha 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 ha, pankawan sawa, tathagata, pejama mi manta, peja bawa, mahasamaya, sato ahom pe.
Quick prostration, use the visualization. First, prostrate to the root Guru and all Buddhas. Second, prostrate to all Buddhas. Third prostrate to all Haggas and Dharma protectors. Fourth, humble. Recite the completion mantra 3 times. End of the practice by grabbing twice and slap your fingers. And sincere, thank you. We're grateful to all good gurus blessing the ceremony. Offering Hada and his put your palms together, and we invite Master Lian-Sheng to offer the Hada, the good guru, to represent the highest on represent.
Now, with our greatest reverence, let us join our palms together, and we request our lineage root guru to bestow the precious Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. And homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the 3 jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, and yellow Jambhala, the Vaishravana, the heavenly king of the north. Simu, Tanchen Katso, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are from the National Cheng Kung University of Taiwan, in a professor in the electoral department, Dr. Wang Li, and PR director of the Jupiter School Taiwan Temple, Miss Dharma Brother Fermi Wang. And all disciples and guests from all over the world. So today we practice Jambhala. In Tantrayana, we have the wealth deity practice. Typically speaking, in Mahayana, they don't have wealth practices. Only in Tantrayana, we do have it. It's not that it's bad, because the wealth deity practice had been mentioned in the sutras, that we entice cultivators by satisfying their desire and then guide them into the wisdom of the Buddha. In other words, for all sentient beings, if we don't attract the sentient beings using desire, it would be impossible to get them to be interested. So we try to fulfill their desire first. And then through the process of spiritual cultivation, they gradually enter into the wisdom of the Tathagata. So this way, you would be able to widely save sentient beings. If you don't use this method, it's very difficult to let sentient beings to approach Buddha Dharma. So in Tantrayana, we have many wealth deities, the 5 directional deities, etc. The wealth deity practice also allow you to do a practice. By doing a Dharma practice, you would be able to enter into the wisdom of the Tathagata. So this is considered as a convenient guiding method. In reality, in the heavenly realm, there are many wealthy gods, the 4 heavenly kings. They have golden palaces, silver palace, crystal, or many jewels palaces. And so they are able to attract sentient beings. We cannot immediately go to the empty nature of the Tathagata because there's nothing, so it's difficult to describe its appearance and phenomena. So it's very difficult to guide sentient beings. Like our True Buddha school, when we got to America, we could say that we had nothing. And coincidentally, we bought this piece of land. So there were Lian Huo, Lian Zu, Lian Si. Master Lian Zu bought this piece of land, and there were 8 households got to America, and together we bought this piece of land. And after we bought it, I checked the land, and I discovered it was like a destiny for True Buddha school. That True Buddha school, this geomancy is appropriate for True Buddha school. That this piece of land where the temple is rather high, and it's going downhill all the way to Lake Sammamish. At that time, there were no houses in front of us. And standing at the incense burner, we could directly see Lake Sammamish. When we drove by to here, I pointed to the place where Microsoft is now, and I said, this piece of land belongs to the world wealthiest man in the world. The three brothers have heard it then. And also the members of the 8 households all heard it, but nobody bought it. We had bought this piece of land. What is distinguished about this piece of land is at this place there was a little bum. And this temple is built right on top of this bum. So I didn't make it. It wasn't man-made. It was originally like this. There was a little hill here that the land was kind of sloping downhill, and here there's a little hill. And because Grandmaster has mastered geomancy, I know that there is earth energy right here. If you stand firm here, then you would be able to spread the Buddha Dharma all across 5 continents. So the place where you sit on today was not filled, but there were this little hill right here. And then as we excavated to build this temple, there were a huge table, and now it's placed at the Dragon King place, at the dragon side, to hold this place. And the only shortcoming to this piece of land is the dragon side is lower than the tiger side. That's the only shortcoming. And we all know in geomancy, if the white tiger is higher than the green dragon, then the wife would beat on the husband. So that's why we take the big rock that was excavated from this place and place it at the dragon side as the place for the dragon god. Doesn't matter whether it's for the living house or the deceased tomb. The earth has to have earth energy in order to flourish, to prosper. So when you check for feng shui, the most important thing, if on this piece of land there is earth energy, there's a calming dragon, and then you place your house or your tomb there, then it would definitely prosper. It is just a matter of time. In a certain year, it will definitely flourish, or the person will flourish, will prosper. So after we set our foot on this piece of land, to Buddha school, reach all parts of the world. So these 8 households immigrated together to America. And Grandmaster was the poorest. When we came here, Simu and myself and 2 children, and we just brought our belongings. Not much money, and bought an old house in Ballard for $80,000. Rather big, but quite old. So we just put our money in the bank and had some interest. How much was the interest then? 8%. So we live based on the interest. So before we built our house, the 10-3/4, I told the developer, can we build a house for $40,000? And he replied, only a bathroom. Nothing else. We spent $90,000 for that house. And the other households were rich. Master Lian-Hua, John's Fine Furniture in Seattle, South Center, Takwala. He's in furniture business. So he had factory, warehouses, and companies. By relying on the earth energy, so we rely on the earth energy, the heavens, and the human beings' effort together. So we need all these 3. In Taiwan, we say that people's feet can bring wealth. And Han Kuo-yi too said that people come and the products out. And here, the same, with the earth energy, people come and Buddha Dharma go. And to Buddha's school prospers. We have more and more disciples. Our ceremonies in Taiwan, every Saturday we have over tens of thousands of people attending every week. and also confirmed the geomancy of the Taiwan temple too. Before I immigrated to America, I already pointed to that piece of land at the Tiger Mountain in Taiwan. And that was incredible once we developed it. So at the Taiwan temple, we gather over 10,000 of people every ceremony. Here is the head temple. And Taiwan temple continued. And so because of this piece of land, it's continually flourishing. We have over 60 temples now. Because there's a coming dragon right here. And there's just a little hill where the earth energy convened. And we are here right where the chi convenes. So we all together here will become wealthy and prosper. So by sitting inside this temple, you will prosper. And the hill or the bomb symbolize the convene of the energy. And the coming energy continues. So this is called xue in geomancy. It's a precious xue, or like a landscape. So there's an incoming dragon, the precious xue, and then surrounding and behind us we have support, and that's Microsoft. In front of us there's the reflection, that's Lake Sammamish, and inside the reflection there's another like platform. So beyond Lake Sammamish there's the mountains there, and there's the surrounding hills protecting it. Support at the back, reflection in the front, and then support on both sides. And then inside the reflection there's a platform or a bump. That would be the best kind of geomancy. So don't think that the temple is small. Although it is small, the earth energy is very thick. According to my observation, we will flourish for at least a few hundred years. Continue to prosper. So in the beginning, there weren't many people. Grandmaster only had a few disciples in Taiwan, and 30 years have passed. Now we keep saying 5 million disciples from all over the world, including in South Africa. We have a chapter there. It's not easy to come by. Above we have Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, the protectors, and all the gods to help me. And the earth also helped me with the energy and the wealth deities. And then the people, the harmonious Sangha that appeared and helped. So we can say it's the good combination of heaven, earth, and human beings in order to establish the school. So this is destiny. It's faith. That's how it is. So today we practice yellow Jambhala. And Master explained geomancy a little bit. In order for you to earn money, you have to be watched over by heavens. You need helps or favors from the heaven and from the earth, and also by other human beings. So you would get wealth from heaven, earth, and human beings. Grandmaster's birth date and time. Grandmaster was born on the EU. EU, the year EU. And there's E, there's Bing, there's Ting. Those are the alphabets in Chinese. And Yi, Bing, Ting are considered as the three combination for wealth. If you have Jia, Yi, Bing, then you are considered as very gifted or talented. And Yi, Bing, Ting is the wealth from the earth. And Ting represents fire. Yi represents wood. And fire and wood are generating for 50 years because the wood would generate fire for 50 years. That means Grandmaster will have a very good and smooth 50 years. Yi is wood, Ting is fire, because the fire can generate the fire. So it's the generating elements. So Grandmaster will flourish for 50 years. Simu and I were poor by birth. And because of this wood element and fire element in my birth date and time, because the heavens help, and the humans also help, the earth also help, so we can make the Buddha school continues to flourish. I hope, because the head temple is here, if you come here often, and by receiving this earth energy, you will also prosper. And your business will go well. And the longer you stay, the better. And yellow Jambhala belongs to the heaven. He's the heavenly king. He's continually helping us. like winning lotteries. There were so many in Troubadour School who won lotteries. The first one who won the lottery prize was Lian-Sheng. After living in seclusion, I just got back to Seattle, and the first one that I transmitted, the first Dharma practice that I transmitted was Golden Mother's Instant Wealth practice. After Lian-Sheng heard it, he practiced it. So that was the first Troubadour School disciple who won the first prize in America, and that was 55 million US dollars. That's more than enough to live on. So it's about 1.9 billion NT dollars. The Dehui also knows him. And from then on, we have so many people also winning lotteries. Like in Taiwan, our disciples won power lottery in Taiwan. That was for about 3 billion NT dollars. And many more. They don't dare to let anybody else know except Grandmaster. Because if they let it known, many masters would go to their homes to find them. So that's a good thing too. So we have the heavens helping us, Jambhala helping us, and the earth is helping us, the earth energy, and the human being is also fortunate enough. And where does this fortune come from? If you can cultivate spiritually, then you can increase your own fortune. So the more you give, the more you increase your fortune. And Sumo and I were discussing in private that in the future we will do something. Because there are too many charities that we can handle. Sun Yan Lu Foundation is considered what kind of charity? It's a public foundation. It's a public foundation. So it's quite wide reach. And what I meant is that we will build another private foundation to be in contract with the hospitals. Those who have no money and need some treatment would be paid by us. Because both of us know if you have money and then it's enough to give the children and grandchildren just enough. And then the rest, both of us would have contracts with the hospitals. If someone is sent to the emergency but they have no money, cannot get surgeries, and secretly we will pay for it. So it would be like a private charity, and that's all we would do. If someone is sick and gets to the hospital but they have no money, then they would let us know and then we will do it. And we'll just work with a few hospitals. It's not that you have so much money. We are not like Bill Gates. We just do this. So I was discussing it with Sue. So we just keep it in the bank. Being financially managed to especially take care of those who can't pay for their treatments. Because helping the needy is endless, so we can only help those who are in needs of medical treatments. That's all we will do. So let's continue to talk about Lamdre. The ignorant one is one who cannot turn his or her mind even with the real interest, and his mind is not accustomed to hearing and thinking. The mind of a mundane being is attached to existence. It is referred as the realization that hearing and thinking can counter intrigues and game playing that can be pulled out. Also, by relying on the sutras and discourses, treatises and pith instructions, and by using our own marvelous wisdom of observation, we can experience the spiritual experiences. Therefore, it is called cutting off the game by the mind. Although this has no self-nature, it can manifest in myriad forms to cut off the game by illusions. The following are other terms for the same thing: the realization of discussing each marvelous concept, the realization of the victorious understanding as the realm, the realization of arriving at the other shore together, and the realization of not abandoning the ocean of true meaning. So what is the poison of ignorance? Of course, ignorance is a kind of poison. The earliest one is ignorance for a human being, because we have ignorance. And the greatest ignorance is that everything exists. That's the greatest ignorance. That's the most severe ignorance. Like the house exists. A new house, after 100 years, it would be considered an ancient house. the new house, after living in it after a while, for 100 years, then it becomes an old house. Not 100 years, sometimes 20 or 30 years. And in the future, will the house stay? Not necessarily. They will take it down and rebuild it. The houses that I have lived in before. When I was young, I lived in Kaohsiung. Lian-Sheng Lu 77. And now the name of the road has changed, and number 77 is gone, and the house is gone. I've gone back, and everything is changed. So the house that I lived in when I was little also gone. So it only exists temporarily. Like our bodies. Like for me, my body exists. But does it belong to you? Not necessarily. When you get a stroke, I'm not wishing that you get a stroke. If someone gets a stroke, does his body belong to him? He wants to move his hand, but he cannot. And he cannot move his leg either. And he wants to open his eyes, and he cannot. He's in vegetative state. So this eye also doesn't exist. So the house doesn't exist. Or the car that I drove before. My sister Hanifa bought it for me. Bentley. Of course, a good car. That's Rolls-Royce, brother. Rolls-Royce is the best car, right? And a few thousand less than you can buy Bentley. The young people drive Bentley. I had driven Rolls-Royce, which was broken, and I changed it to Bentley. And then Hanifa told me she took it to the service center, and the manager told her that the car cannot be maintained here. Why? Because this is an old style. We don't take care of it anymore. So they don't take care of it anymore? What should you do? So the car can get broken too. So everything in the world will get destroyed or get broken. The body, the house, the car, all will get broken, everything. Don't think that by saving money you will always have money. Do you know that Taiwan is going to print the new dollar bills, and the old dollar bills cannot be used anymore? Can you use the old bills that were printed during the early Republic or Qing Dynasty? No. So the bills, the dollar bills, can be useless as well. So is there anything that doesn't go bad? According to the Buddha, the only thing is the space. the sky. And this is the ignorance of human beings. They want to grasp on what they have now: house, land, money, desire, generated by their desire. And that's called ignorance. So once you realize that ignorance is poisonous, most ordinary minds are very difficult to be changed into the sublime minds that understand the ultimate truth. So the mind of mundane being cannot be transformed, and they don't want to practice by hearing and contemplating, which what it meant here is Buddha Dharma. Hearing the Buddha Dharma, contemplating the Buddha Dharma, and then to put it into practice. They cannot do it. And that's the poison of ignorance. I'm so busy earning money. How can I have time for Buddha Dharma? And to make time for practice? How come I have no time? Just chant Hao King Kuan Yin Sutra. That's already very good if you have time. Chant Hai King Kuan Yin Sutra. It's really difficult to practice, to cultivate spiritually. The mind of a mundane being is attached to existences. They think that I truly exist. But in reality, there are many things that you can't control. Master, can you do a perfect split? No, that's impossible for me. Are you going to split up my anus? How come you can't? Doesn't your body belong to you? Just ask it to do it. Okay, Master, can you please stand on your head? No, I can't. I have high blood pressure. Once I do that, if my blood rushes to my brain, oh no. So the mind of a mundane being is attached to existences. So the realization when we're alive, we watch movies, we watch drama, and we travel around. This is called game playing. Exercise mouth. And the purpose of that is just to waste a lot of time. Tea time, coffee time, happy hour. It's just doing this leisurely, useless things, and that's called game playing. And things that you think in your brain, that's like running thoughts. That's also game playing. And things that you do, and they don't talk about Buddha Dharma, they gossip about this person and that person, and they talk about everywhere, and then they're unhappy. and they cut off the relationships, and they got angry and left to Buddha school. And a certain master said something and got angry, or they didn't get along with someone and left the school. This is all game playing. Did you put the Buddha Dharma into real practice? That's most important. That's most important. So you need to truly understand all the Dharma and know that the Saha world is illusory, is that you have to have the meditative ability based on your power of meditation. So, in order to understand the ultimate truth, you have to cut off the illusion. One day, the snail mother told the small snail, "You're no longer small. Let's go to the next village for a marriage arrangement." And the little snail said, "Hey, Mom, I'm only 12. It's not legal to get married yet." But the snail mom said, "But by the time we get to the next village, it would be time for you to get married." Time is quite frightening, really frightening. Once you have passed 50 and you are downhill, it will be fast. So we need to make the best use of time and cultivate spiritually. Don't be like the snail. One time I went accompany my wife to the shopping mall, Bellevue Square, and finally I found the bathroom, but I couldn't get in. There are 2 marks on the bathrooms and I didn't know which is which. And as I was hesitating, there was a manager walking by, and the employee and I asked, and then he replied, "This is a very high-class shopping area. See, for the woman it's the shopping cart, and for the man it's credit card." It is appropriate for today's world. It is also related to money. Nowadays it's different. Husband and wife both earn money. In the past, the wives in charge of inside the house, and the husbands earning money outside for the house. Nowadays both earn money. So those are really not high class anymore, it's quite low class. The inspector asks the thief very seriously, "When you stole all these jewelries, didn't you feel the least restless or insecure? And the thief replied, of course, I would feel uneasy because I am worried if these jewels are fake. That is true. Living in this world, everyone is worried about a lot of things. Once you know Lamdre, once you have studied Buddha Dharma, you become fearless. You're not worried about anything. Why? Because Buddha Dharma teaches you nothing to gain and nothing to lose. There is nothing for you to gain, and you don't lose anything either. That's very amazing, the Buddha Dharma said. Basically, you don't gain anything and you also don't lose anything. Think about it. Can you get the house? Can you get the car? Can you have your body? Can you own your wife? None. You cannot get any of those. Nothing to gain. Because you know there is nothing to gain. You are fearless. You will not be scared of anything. Grandmaster got that beautiful jewelries, and I had nothing to fear. If the custom officer said, oh, I have to confiscate this, it's okay. I would give it to them. I'm okay. It's an expensive stuff. It's an expensive thing. In the past, I was driving Bentley and it was still driving really nicely until now. It's just that the service center doesn't want to maintain it anymore. Hanifa bought it, so I returned the car to Hanifa. I have driven it enough. I want to drive a regular one. So she bought me Maserati, so I drove Maserati. So I know. I returned the Bentley to you. And she said, you can keep them both. Sometimes you drive Maserati, sometimes you drive Bentley. You bought this car for me, although it's mine, I still returned it to her. If I had been greedy, I have Maserati and Bentley. But for me to have two cars, I cannot take care of both of them. So I returned that car to her, and who would have known that the car cannot be maintained at the Bentley service center anymore. It's been driven for 20 years. So nothing belongs to you, nothing to gain. Recently, the new model of Rolls-Royce, Hanifa, the translator, told me, spy Rolls-Royce. Of course I said, okay. I changed the Maserati to Rolls-Royce. But nobody drives Rolls Royce in Seattle. Only me. Wow. When you park your car, you look around, you would feel really happy because you drive the best car, and people would be envious and saying, nice car. I would be very happy, but no, I have to keep myself private because there's only that Rolls Royce in the whole Seattle. So wherever I go, people would know. So Maserati is still better. It's a white car. If you don't look carefully, you cannot tell. It's very strange in a class. Usually the one on the first place and the second place are usually enemies. Because they're competing. Everybody vie for the first place. So they're usually enemies. However, I am in very good terms with everybody in class because Grandmaster is always last in class, and the last in class to the second to last in class are good friends. They don't have to compete. So I'm always in good terms with all classmates because my grades were really bad and I stayed in the same class twice. In junior high school, I stayed in class twice. So those who stayed in class or had really bad grades, don't worry, in the future you can become a grandmaster. Fearless. There's nothing to have in this world anyway. Look at the one that was first in class, was not necessarily better than I am. I was in the military school, college level. The first in class was called Zhu Jinsui. At the Taiwan temple, he always come to listen to my Dharma teaching, he and his wife. He's first in class, but now I'm grandmaster. And Zhu Jinsui is my disciple. So don't be afraid. In the future, that all that were first class were your disciples. So things are ever changing in this world. If your other half doesn't touch the cell phone during dinner tonight, that means he really wants to accompany you. But what is the more plausible reason is that battery is almost down. This is also a joke. Why don't we just practice when you have time? Quiet down and do a practice, and to get into the practice, to understand it, to contemplate and meditate, so that you gain the wisdom of the Tathagata. Why do you always playing the cell phone? You know, people on the street nowadays are talking by themselves, or they always even as they walk, sometimes they hit the power pole or fall to the ditch, and it's some kind of obsession. And there's someone that's obsessed, and they just close themselves in the room and just call pizza for delivery, and they just play the cell phone or the games. So it becomes, so you have to control yourself in using the cell phone, and only for useful things. You cannot be drowned in it. Then that would become a kind of ignorance. Lots of things on earth is like this. Don't be deluded by it. We can maintain our clarity and lucidity, and you maintain the luminosity of your mind, and you understand the true concepts, the true Buddha truth, and the ultimate truth, and to be introspective, to go step by step. And in the future, you will definitely reach the realm of the 4 sagely realms. This is the most important. Homa ni pe mi hom.
非常感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛宝贵的法语开示，请唱诵组准备。雷藏寺有以下法务活动向大家报告：明天9月29日，星期日下午3点，法王圣尊莲生活佛将在
Tomorrow at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington, His Holiness will preside over the Ragaraja Homa fire offering ceremony and empowerment.
详情请看看生活中全球资讯网站查询。明天护摩法会开始前，下午1点半到2点10分，在彩虹雷藏寺
And before
由新加坡释莲来上师带领大家导读法王圣尊莲生活佛文集第249册，来自佛国的语言。读书会现场有网络直播，欢迎大家踊跃护持参加。详情请参看真佛波业藏网站查询。请唱诵组带领大家唱诵佛号。
南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无
请新皈依者到坛城前长跪，恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛为新皈依者做皈依灌顶。
If you would like to take refuge, please come forward to the center of the temple.
请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持大悲咒水，即为佛像开光。请大家起立做大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。Om Ah Hom。 拜拜诸菩萨嗡啊吽。三拜诸护法金刚嗡啊吽。四平等一起手，同修会圆满即将结束了。感恩根本传承上师的大加持，师母Lian-Sheng上师、仁波切及诸位上师、教授师、法师、贵宾同们善信大德的扶持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。恭请法王圣尊Lian-Sheng活佛为大家做摩顶加持。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.